conversations that shape your future start here. Momentum's She Owns Her Success on Afternoons with Relebogile Mabotja, only on 702.
This personal finance feature is brought to you by Momentum. And as we tie in nicely from our conversation at the beginning of the show of how early is too early to start worrying about your child's future career, we now jump into a conversation around being financially ready for parenthood. 011-883-0702 and the WhatsApp line 072-702-1702. We're joined by Zama Hlophe, who is Chief Marketing Officer at Momentum Corporate, as well as Anri Armer, who is Momentum Financial Planner. Ladies, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
So many people were saying worry before you even make that child, right? And listen, with the way Cyril's economy is, the way Strait of Hormuz, listen, guys, do it when you turn 18. This is now my new advice.
Right?
Worry about your future children when you
Honestly,
turn 18.
start then. I keep telling everyone that my parents lied to me. They spend so much time being like, no, teenage pregnancy. I'm like, yay, the game starts when you can have them.
Ma'am, and can I just add, okay, already the stressful part is realizing that if your child does the formal route and they get that 3-year degree and then they turn 21, they need to already have 8 years experience. So your 5-year-old needs that weekend job already. Your 5-year-old needs to be picking up shifts at the coffee shop.
Start them young.
Start them young. I mean, I'm going to start with you, Anri, before we get to the bigger vision of Momentum Corporate and this conversation. As a financial planner, I mean, I would imagine your life is financially, people would expect that your life is quite put together. But I'm sure you would be like, you guys have no idea, because you're also quite human. Right?
100%.
And life is happening. And it doesn't matter how much we plan, God is going to laugh at us, a couple of times regularly.
100%.
We are his comedy show. So, what are some of the things that you learned training to be a financial planner that you wish you knew just as an average person?
So shooting from the hip, I would say definitely to take out medical aid as soon as possible. I am blessed to come out of a family where my parents were both they worked in government. So we were on GEMS back in the day. So we grew up in a strict household where retirement planning and medical aid, there's no negotiation. We can't be eating out if we don't have a medical aid, we had to prioritize that. And I think that's one of the things that people don't understand, that usually I get a lot of phone calls from young women saying, I want some medical aid. What does it cover with pregnancy? Great. Thank you for asking the correct question. You need to understand what is covered and what not.
Girl.
But please don't get or fall pregnant within that first 12 months, because what people don't understand is if you haven't been on medical aid and you then claim for whatever reason, whether it's like just ending up in hospital for a knee replacement, whatever the reason, any medical aid, according to the Council of Medical Scheme, has to do a non-disclosure investigation. So if it's self-inflicted with obviously pregnancy, there's going to be a problem. They will terminate your and then you don't have actually cover.
Sorry, not the pregnancy. She's saying terminate the claim.
Yes.
I just want to be clear.
Yes.
No pregnancy police.
Because I'm like, I know somebody's going to catch the tail end of what you just said.
Yes.
And say,
Sorry.
Momentum said you must terminate the pregnancy because we're not. Yes. And I'm so glad you're mentioning that, because they don't think about things like waiting periods.
Correct, 100%. And that's the problem. So they think, okay, I'm covered, no waiting periods, but what they don't understand is the non-disclosure in the background. If you claim within the first 12 months, if it's for pregnancy as well, they are allowed by medical council, the Council of Medical Schemes allow them to do a non-disclosure investigation, and then they can actually terminate your medical aid and you don't have cover. And that's a huge cost expense at the end of the day. I mean, Zama and I had a huge conversation about that. She's got a true story.
Yeah.
And I mean, medical aid is going to save your life when having a child. So
and look, I am I know there's somebody listening thinking, government hospitals should be at the standard. They're not there right now. So for today, prioritize that. We are fully aware that in an ideal world, government hospitals should be sufficient.
Yeah.
No? Zama, from your side, who you've had your own experience.
My wonderful experiences, man.
Yes, ne? Because I'm going to telling my 5-year-old, if you get a girl pregnant, one day when you're big, we're going to fight.
I walked with I had my daughter 7 months ago, my second daughter.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. So I was walking around the house heavily pregnant, and I was saying to my nephews, don't you dare ask a woman to do this. You hear me? Don't you dare walk around asking women to carry your children.
Ma'am, I mean, firstly, we need to give this woman her flowers because she is right in the middle of postpartum with another one in the house. But here you are.
But what woman isn't?
Yep.
What woman isn't? And I think I was describing myself when I came back to work about 6 weeks ago. And everyone's like, how are you feeling? And I said to them, well, I identify as a working mom.
Yes.
So getting to do the working part of being a mom for me is great.
Yes.
So I'm energized by it.
Yes.
But there's nothing unusual. And I think one of the most important things about why we want to have this discussion is children are a part of what we have to do as women. Like you can dice it up left, right, center. You can talk about the roles that men have and the this one and the that one. Hey, we're in it.
But I also
we are involved in this conversation and what to do for and with our children and for ourselves in that is really what we want to try and tease out.
I also love the fact that you are embracing the part that you do love your job because there's this perception that it needs to be either or. And it really is the same way that you love it. I love being a mom, but I also love doing what I do.
Absolutely.
And I think that makes for healthier children, that they get to see a parent that is doing multiple things. But I need to find out, I mean, you've been through it personally.
Yeah.
Often people think nappies and formula and school fees. I must actually maybe go back to one of my original budgets I did when I found out I was pregnant and see how accurate or inaccurate.
How delulu you were, right?
Girl.
You were like, I will keep it within a 1,500 Rand range.
Ma'am.
This baby will not cost me more than my casual money.
Ma'am, I'll
They
just
come
stop
for
eating
everything.
dinner.
They come
you know,
for all of it.
even when you're about to take a bite, you have to return it. So what are the things that maybe we aren't thinking about? What are some of the costs that women in particular, being the ones that would be doing the carrying, that they don't anticipate?
Look, for me, there's two really important numbers that I think we're not paying attention to. The first one is the cost of your time, right? So everything from, I would love to stay at home. I mean, I took an extra month unpaid. I will never make that money back, right? In that time when I was unpaid, my pension was not being paid. So that month, that compound interest over the number of years, it's gone. It's chai, right? So the fact that we don't count that the time we take actually comes right out of our pockets. I think that's the first thing. The second thing that we don't count is the expense of everything that happens that you didn't think would. And this for me is one of the most important things about the insurance conversation. So what Anri was referring to is my firstborn was prem, right? She comes at 6 months. Wonderful. Everyone's excited. And then we're in the NICU for 90 days.
Girl.
And the bill is something kinda, sorta, 1 million and beyond. Right?
Because they're literally trying to keep
They're trying
a
to
little
keep
one
her
alive.
Right? In that mindset, all I am is a weepy mom crying every day. The nurses are trying to keep my spirits up. I need therapy. Sure, you are transfixed. You're in this problem. You're trying to get through it. And then you leave and someone goes, okay, well, now that your baby's okay, here's the bill, right? Honestly, hand on my heart, I wept with joy when I realized I'd actually really made the right decision and adjusted my medical aid up. At the time, it felt like I'm losing money. I can't drive my Audi.
It's a grudge.
It's all of these things that I was losing, right? It's like, now I've got to downsize my car. Now I've got to do this. But actually, that adjustment that I made in getting myself the extra cover meant that on day one of her being out of the hospital, I didn't have a cent to pay. But it's because I prepaid it. And that's what I think we don't want to accept, is that there's a cost. It comes at a cost, and the cost is from your pocket.
The two things that I'm taking out of what you shared, number one, you mentioned therapy, and I'm like, I've never heard a parent, unless they were already in therapy, thinking, okay, because I'm going to become a mom, I need to make sure I've made provision for my mental health. Like, it becomes a by the by, right? You'll think about the doulas and the midwives and the Park Lane and everything, right?
That's true. And postpartum's for the weaklings, right?
Then the second one, you mentioned you have a preemie.
Yeah.
Now, while you might have considered a preemie, do people even budget for a special needs child?
No, we don't. No, we don't.
No.
At all. And I think one of the things that's so essential is your ability to feel prepared has a lot to do with your ability to feel mentally able to deal with it, right? So when you're thinking about if your child does have a disability, either pre-diagnosed or not, right? And a lot of women discover it. Now the kid is here. I love my little bambino. But wait, why are you crawling like a snake? Wait, hang on. You're not moving like all the other kids. Your sense of being overwhelmed is often coming from your sense of just being unprepared. And it's not because I'm not suggesting that somehow there's like some superhero gene that women have, but legitimately for myself, having lived through it, the sense of feeling like I have everything I need to be able to face this reality was a big part of being able to keep sane. It's why you can go to work and not lose your mind, because actually I know why I'm going to work. I'm working for this specific benefit. I know that these are the gaps in my financial plan. And it's not, it doesn't feel like it's taking something from me that I don't want to give up.
Yes.
And I think that's one of the most important things when we're thinking about this baby balance sheet is you're going to have to give something up.
I love that. Baby
Doing it
balance
willingly.
Yes.
Doing it willingly is that trade-off. That's how you balance the journal. And I think for me, that's, I really wish more of us would talk about how unprepared we are, even though we want to keep the aesthetic of being prepared.
So can I, before I ask you about the numbers and this baby balance sheet, so one of the things that was said to me because of my, I work in an industry, we don't have benefits, we don't have a lot of things. So I was having like a mild...
Have you not met Momentum?
I was having a mild panic attack, right? And I remember being told, children at the beginning need very little, right? And then they say, and then also that, you know, Lirona, just a Vascom with a blanket,
We were fine.
right? We were fine. No, we're not fine, guys. Okay. Can we also stop that conversation that we like to have where we romanticize that the child will eat whatever's in the house?
Yeah.
We will figure it out. Because I know back in the day when it just was what it was.
Yeah.
We're not living in the era of survival anymore.
Absolutely.
So we need to take a break. When we come back, I need to know about this baby balance sheet because some of y'all have not even looked at your statement in a while. So we're going to get to the numbers and make sure that when we think about being financially prepared, we truly mean it in all in-case scenarios.
Take the next step towards defining your number. Momentum's She Owns Her Success on Afternoons with Relebogile Mabotja on 702.
10 minutes to 2 o'clock as we chat to the phenomenal woman of Momentum. We've got Anri Armer, who's Momentum Financial Planner, and we also have Ntombizamasala Hlophe, who is Chief Marketing Officer at Momentum Corporate. Now, we do know that when you have conversations of this nature of preparing to be a parent, the finances are a massive reality. It is access to great health care. It is fertility treatment. It is childcare, career breaks, retirement, savings, protecting your income, and all of those things. So before we went to a break, and you can get in touch with us, 011-883-0702 and the WhatsApp line 072-702-1702. Anri, we mentioned a baby balance sheet. What is it that should take priority in terms of the numbers? Because one might think, well, seeing as the baby's coming in 6 months, let me make sure I quickly pay my debt off. So I'm going to delay the medical aid. Or what should take priority and when? And which are the numbers that truly matter?
So I'm not going to lie, that's a tough question because I don't think clients actually think this broadly about it.
Yes.
I really think they just jump in and decide, now I want a baby. Whether they have medical aid or not, they just decide they're doing it, And yes, some of them are prepared. They do have a medical aid. They just don't always know what's the fine print, what is actually covered, what's not covered. So they think, okay, I can go to the gynae, but now the gynae sends them for blood tests. Or there might be something weird showing on the scan and they need to go for extensive other tests, And those things cost money and they always want to know, but why is this not covered? And love to compare, but if I was here, this one would have been paid, or that medical aid or that company would have paid. The joke's on you guys. Like, no one is paying this. Like, that's like major scans and blood tests and stuff that no one is paying it. So you always need to have like backup savings. Yeah. So where to start? Obviously, yes, make sure you have a medical aid and obviously make sure you understand what is covered and what not. But emergency savings is so important. I think in life in general, just have savings for the unexpected. I mean, we're chatting about what nappies and stuff would cost. I'm laughing. I mean, have you seen my berry account? My baby is like, I don't want berry tea. I want the fresh berry.
Oh my
berries
God.
is so much more
Because
expensive.
you don't know what they're going to like and not like.
Exactly.
And even what you said about the scans, you can need to come back because the baby didn't turn the way the doctor needed to see. So geriatric pregnancy, I know that term is no longer used. Then you have to go for that extra one. I think it's at 24 weeks to check for Down syndrome and all of the other things.
Correct.
If your baby didn't turn for the doctor to see, you're going to come back.
You're going to come back,
You're going to come back. And these are things that we're not prepared for.
Absolutely. I think the other thing for me that I really think we're not prepared for, and this is a nature habit of women, is we write ourselves out of the balance sheet. So you're thinking about the cost of the baby and you're not thinking about yours. So you've calculated down to the last cent, nappies, parenthood, this, that, and the other thing. And then you don't count the fact that you might need an extra op, or that you may need more time away from work, or that you may go through something. And all of a sudden you've created this perfect plan for your baby and nothing for you. And I think that's one of the things that we really, really underestimate, that the entire notion of parenthood, and I think as women, because we are always taking on the load, you have to count yourself in. You actually have to write yourself into the plan. Because in your 20s, it might have been maybe you and extended family. But the idea of adding someone who literally lives and dies by whether or not you can produce milk means you have to be fed well enough. And you can't make milk if you're not eating.
Even
So
even Gogo coming from KZN to come help the child. It's transport money. It's an extra mouth in the. Oh my gosh!
Their comfort. The fact that now there has to be 5 people who are going to help you and they're there lovingly helping you, but you also feel obliged to take care of them. So I really think that one of the most important things for me to add into this balance sheet is, what are your costs? What are the numbers that come with you? For heaven's sake, if you like your Lindt chocolate in the middle of the night, if there's one thing you need when you're having a baby, it's your favorite thing. Now you're skimping all the way down to your favorite thing and you're miserable. Now the experience is miserable because you haven't planned yourself in. And I think that's the kind of thinking we want women to be able to try. Let's stop pretending like having children is a surprise. We all know the biology. We get it.
Look, in fairness, there are women who go saying, I've got tummy aches, and they're like, ma'am, you're in labor. In fairness, they're the only exceptions.
I would appreciate you not blasting me like that.
What? Did that happen to
I'd
you?
appreciate you not blasting me like that. And telling people that I found out at 5 months. No, please. I'm not here to be exposed.
No, that happened to you.
You have no idea. It's ridiculous. I was foolish. This is second baby, mind you. I was foolish. I was an idiot.
Oh my gosh.
I'm a fool.
What is the conversation mom and dad need to be having, and what do they need to be transparent about? Because we need to take ownership, guys. Saying he's always provided, but you don't even know where the money's coming from. Jiggy jiggy, Maganga commission. Jiggy jiggy, you're on your own.
Oh my
Sorry,
Zanga.
it's not funny, but it's funny.
You're on your own, I think really people are winging it. I don't think they have a plan. Really, like parenthood is like we're winging it, guys. Like, as a mom of 2, like, most of the day I don't know what I'm doing.
We're just rough riding this thing.
We really, also, you know how many times I've been told the Lord will provide. Guys, there's insurance for a reason. There are policies for a reason. What the Lord will provide for you is information of where to go to help yourself.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Right? So we still pray but we also do what we need to do.
Yeah, we pray for the wisdom to take out the policy.
And I'm here for wisdom, though. Guys, I can guide you.
So when a person comes to a person like yourself, so they say, hi, my husband and I just found out we're pregnant. We might be a little bit behind. What are some of the things that Momentum can assist with in preparing for this child and even help us with the blind spots of the things that we didn't consider?
So I would say a lot of people are contacting me when their children are already like 15 saying, hi, I want the education policy. And then I'm like, but your child is 15.
You can't laugh at people like that.
Sorry, guys. No,
That's the truth.
guys,
is
it's
real
not.
life.
Sometimes also people were not aware. It's okay, guys. It's not too late. So when they contact you,
Never too late.
Yes.
It's just how big is your budget? Like if you phone me at 15 saying your child is going to varsity in 3 years, you need to be prepared to like start saving like 10,000 rand, shooting from the hip without a calculator. But you see, and that's the problem. So a baby, besides the nappies and the berries and the maternity bras, all of these things is education, right? You need to start as soon as possible, compounding interest, like making sure you save from day one. Yes, we don't know if your doctor is going to be a doctor, your son or daughter is going to be a doctor. So yes, at least start with a normal 3-4 year plan.
Yeah.
Just to know in 18 years, they've got a choice to actually go to varsity and then prepare for a 3-4 year degree. And then when they are 15, when they tell you, listen, mom, I want to be a doctor, and you now need to change your plan to a 7-year education, by all means, be flexible. Be flexible and make sure you can obviously adjust it. A financial plan needs to be flexible. But I think that's something that parents need to be prepared for. Education in South Africa is not for free. It's not like other countries. And it's where will the money come from? Like, you need options.
So, for example, the current estimation is that it costs something close to 1.8 million rand to raise a child to the age of 18. This is for a middle income family.
Yes.
Right. So that expense is currently costed at all the core essentials. We're not talking about the things you prefer for your child.
Yes.
Just to get them through from the age of 0.
Yes.
And that doesn't count the expenses that you as the parent have to pick up. Right? Because now you have to have your child in a car seat, and you've got to have, so all of these things compound. And I think one of the things that we were talking about is we all start thinking about kids when we want to have them, not when we're making trade-offs earlier.
So, ladies, we do need to wrap it up because, and I know there's so much to talk about. So I'm going to say to everybody listening, you have your Momentum financial advisor for a reason. They can guide you so that you can ask things like, hey, does it make sense to put this money into a retirement for my child at 0, or for me to put it in a tax-free savings account? And that's what it is all about. And this personal finance feature was brought to you by Momentum. Thank you, ladies.